let's dive right in. And I think if we're going to talk about links, assume, generally speaking, the burning question that everybody thinks about is, how do ranks actually impact ranking, right? Everybody cares about rankings, its importance, whether you think it's important or not. What's interesting is Google is constantly telling us, links don't matter. You don't need to be going out there building links. They don't impact ranking, which then creates maybe some division, right, between us SEOs. Some people say it's super important. Some people say, meh, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about it, Joy. What have you discovered specifically around how links impact ranking? I think that would be a really good starting point here.
Yeah, I agree. So to kind of kick this off, I got to go back to the very beginning. So this again started like 3 years ago. I was really annoyed because I went around asking lots of SEOs, hey guys, can you tell me how you measure the impact of links? So I got a lot of, we know links impact ranking, or we do a lot of link building and we see our clients move up in ranking. But no one could actually pinpoint, I built this link and this page went up, or I built this link and this Google Business Profile listing went up. And I used to ask people this in interviews all the time too. I would ask them, could you tell me a time where you built a link and you're positive that ranking increase you got was a result of that link? And I usually get a lot of, kind of thing. So I decided, I'm not satisfied with this. If we're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of money building links for clients, I want to know exactly what is happening as a result of this. So to start us off, I basically started this test 3 years ago. And I decided, I need to pick a site that hasn't had any SEO done on it, that doesn't have anything else that would kind of get in the way of measuring the results. So my colleague Dave allowed me to use this testing site that he had, and we decided to build a bunch of links to it. Now, this one particular test that we did that I'm going to be covering, we just built a single link, like just one. I wanted to legitimately know, could you measure the value of a single link? So for this test, I used Sterling Sky's website because frankly, I was like, we have a pretty high domain rating, right? 71 at the moment. I was pretty proud of that. And it was topically relevant to the site we were linking to. So I was like, I know that's another thing that people will say is a best practice. So we literally gave one link from Sterling Sky's website to this defunct website that had nothing kind of going on with it.
Joy, quick question for you. So you mentioned topical relevance. I think most people maybe have a sense, like a feeling of what topical relevance means. Could you define what you mean when you're thinking and doing these tests? What is topical relevance?
Sure, yeah. I should definitely clarify that. So the site that I was linking to was a site about SEO. It was a site about advertising, marketing, etc. The site that was linking to it was also a marketing company, like Sterling Sky's website. So there's this thought that, if you have, let's say, a plumber and an electrician, they're kind of related because they're both in home services. But, if you have a lawyer, let's say, that's linking to, I don't know, a realtor or something, they're not as connected. So there's this idea that you want to try and get links from sites that are related to you. I'm not saying that's actually true because I don't know, but that was the theory.
Cool. Yep. Makes sense. Or at least it sounds like it does.
Yeah. So I built this one link, and I was not at all surprised to see that organic rankings had a massive increase. This is kind of what I was hoping and expecting. So you'll see that there was like red, this grid. This shows you how this website ranked for that keyword before we built the link. And then the green was just a couple weeks later, shows you how they rank after we built the link. Now, I really want to clarify organic rankings versus local rankings. If you're not familiar with those two terms, when we talk about local rankings, we're talking about Google's local pack results that show up. So generally there's like 2 to 3 businesses that show up by a map. When we're talking about organic rankings, we're talking about the other results on Google's search results page. So this was organic rankings, huge lift, right? No surprise. So when we looked at how this one link impact their local pack rankings, this is where I was really surprised. So as you can see here, they did increase at the same time from 4 to 3. But let's just be clear here. This is very different than the trend that we saw for organic. Let me just put these side by side. From organic, we go from like not really being anywhere to being in the top 3. Whereas for local pack rankings, it moved 1 position, which was honestly pretty not exciting.
So if we're going to summarize that, organic, massive impact, local pack, some impact, and maybe in some cases, in this one here, we went from yellow to green. It pushed us over the line, but it was like we were already on the 5-yard line, and it just helped push us in a little bit. I wonder, for clarification, Joy, if we're talking about the local pack rankings grid here, is this a link that was built to the GBP landing page, or are you talking about building links to the GBP itself with the CID number kind of thing?
Yeah, so this link that I built was straight to the website, like to the homepage of this website. Their Google Business Profile, or GBP as we often call it, that also links to the website. I've heard people talk about how you actually want to link to your Google page, like literally link to your listing on Google Maps. We've done other tests on that we've already published, but that is definitely not what we were doing here. We were linking straight to the website.
Thank you.
So yeah, in summary, links have a really big impact on organic rankings in this instance, but we were really shocked to see that the impact on local pack rankings was just really small. Now, I also need to clarify, we've repeated this test multiple times over and over and over again and seen the same thing. So while I'm only sharing specifics for this one isolated test, it is something that we have repeated, and I've found very consistently that links impact organic a lot, impact local pack rankings just a little.
So imagine, Joy, there's potentially some people watching right now and they're thinking, okay, I've got a link building budget and I'm responsible for organic. I'm also responsible for local kind of map pack rankings. If you were to drop a pie chart and say, okay, like this percentage of your efforts should be organic and this should be thinking about map pack, how would you draw that out? Are we talking like 90% plus of your effort should be focused on organic when it's link building tactics?
Yeah, so I'm going to give 2 examples. So we have lawyer clients. Lawyer clients get a lot of leads from their organic rankings. We track those separately. So I'd say if you're a lawyer, you should definitely be doing link building. But on the other hand, we have an insurance agent. The whopping majority of their leads comes from their Google Business Profile. So I think it'd be kind of crazy to put too much focus on link building for an insurance agent, because in reality, if you're trying to move map pack rankings, link building is not the most efficient way to do that.